coming in. I'm sure he wants to redeem himself for his play yesterday, because his rumble was one of those very unfortunate rumbles, and they did get the victory, but he definitely wants to feel better about his own play, coming in and following Ray there after Ray had a very nice Kled game. Interested to see what the Cloud9 top lane looks like today.
Still several bans right now. The Rumble has been banned by Cloud9 both games this series, actually. This is their third ban in Game 1. Now it's their first ban here in Game 2, so they do not want to give that over to Zig very clearly. Wait to see what the next one up is going to be for Phoenix1.
Rumble, kind of a ubiquitous top laner at the moment. Blind pickable, really fits nicely into any sort of team fight you want to pull off. Camille, also super duper common ban, as we've seen the more split pushing strategies coming through, so not a lot of surprises so far. Maybe the Rengar pick here is a little wrinkle. I wasn't quite expecting. I didn't feel like Contracts was, you know, the biggest part of the last game or anything.
Right, but maybe they think they can push him off comfort. I feel like if they say, you know, we can force you to ban Graves or first pick it, then we can push you down a little bit farther maybe.
Yeah, the thing is, I've liked Contracts more on Lee Sin than a lot of the other champions, so if you're pushing him towards that, I don't know about the gains that Phoenix1 would be getting here. Maybe we get to see a Meteos Lee Sin, one of the rare sightings since Worlds.
It's true. Rare for the opposing team to see it as well. So. He's got him jungle the whole game. That's the joke. Okay, we're back onto this one. Graves actually banned out by Phoenix1 though.
It's funny you're making that joke though, because if people are just tuning into this game, I should reiterate the stats that I talked about in the first game, where coming into this series, Contracts both had the lowest jungle proximity for his own teammates, meaning that he, you know, within 2,000 range, I believe, first 15 minutes, he has the lowest percentage of his time spent there, so not a lot of ganking. Plus, he has the lowest gold difference, or had the lowest gold difference coming into this series of any of the junglers. Meanwhile, though, no more jungle bans come through, as it was a lot of top focus once again for Cloud9, and this time around, we might be seeing them go with the early round pick up here.
Yep, all the mid laners, all the conventional bot laners available right now, and right now no one seems to care about that very much. Not even any support bans either, just the first pick Lulu. It was all jungle top aimed. Nautilus grabbed alongside that, Lulu on the other side. And we need to see what Cloud9's second pick is going to be. Maybe they take the Ezreal that Arrow had taken in Game 1, though it really didn't hurt them, as the execution was great. As
far as pinching on AD carries right now, to me, it's super wide open. I think there's a lot more versatility and a lot more acceptable picks in bottom lane than in previous patches. So I wouldn't necessarily feel like a lot of value gains there. There's that Lee Sin that we did talk about though, and one of Contract's best champions thus far. We'll see if he can have an impact here in this game.
I think it's likely. Contracts has had, as you mentioned before, some very good Lee Sin games, and maybe he'll have them again. It is a new look for Cloud9. They don't quite have that same hard split pushing top laner, that Ray play style. Should be okay for them though. At least going to be picked up yet again. Meteos, no surprise, playing his own champion pool.
Yeah, as we talked about, the comfortable champions that we associate with Meteos have been a high priority in the pick bans for Phoenix1. They have repeatedly early round picked these up for Meteos, whether it is the Zac or the Elise. And, having your first game here, you get handed Lulu as your support. Shady's got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to lane poorly on that champion. She's one of the most powerful currently. And Ryu going to be able to lock in the Ezreal once again. We'll see how they look round number 2. This time around with the Lulu laning power compared to the Taric laning power just as a champion. It should be a lot easier.
Totally agree.
We'll see about the player as well.
And it's still a good matchup in a Malzahar if that does come through. Right now, not going to be grabbed. Lucian's still going to be joining the lineups here for Cloud9. So not any different bot laners. The Nautilus actually switches teams, and otherwise a new jungler for Contracts. We go into the second ban phase now. It's, of course, C9's turn to go first. Do have desynced roles.
Let's see if Zig will now be the victim of a second round of top lane bans. Because last time around, it was, and here they're starting to come through. Last time around, it was Ray who had to deal with the shrunken pool. And Kled was the one that he went through, that actually went through. This time around, though, Cloud9 not going to give Zig the similar openings.
Not just yet anyway. Yeah, Kleb going to be gone. Again, Maokai and Fizz were the bans that P1 sent.
Yeah.
Of course,
So,
that's champion
to me-
specific, to be fair.
To me, I'm still Renekton's pretty big in my eyes. He also has the option of the Poppy if they really wanted to go with one of these front-to-back team comps. We've been seeing a little bit of Fizz. I feel like that is more niche though, and is due to players specifically putting practice time in on it. I don't know if Zig has or has not, but the options are definitely getting smaller. As far as right now, probably Renekton. The bigger of the two. Still could definitely go, tank to tank. Singed, actually. I
like Singed in a tank matchup.
I do like Singed in this scenario, actually.
It's a bit unlucky that he's got a magic damage jungler, though.
Yeah.
That it's very easy to buy Spectre's Cowl and be immune to ganks.
Definitely true. Trying to reach a little. Yeah, see, as expected, the Renekton is off the table as well. So.
Irelia. Gangplank. Actually, this is a decent Gangplank game, right?
Kennen could still go Kennen on hit versus tanks. That's always fairly
Kennen
effective.
in so long. I feel like he's like kind of disappeared as a champion.
Watch some more LCK then.
That's fair. In North America, to be clear, I suppose. They did Mar and Dr. Mundo a while back. That didn't go quite as well.
No surprise here, though, if Jensen would go right back to his Orianna. Has had some very good games on the champion. Ta-da.
Ta-da, Orianna. No one is surprised. Jensen's playing that champion a whole bunch.
Last game, not the biggest factor.
His most played. I think this makes it...
But
someone can check me. I think it's his 10th game on Orianna so far. 10th or 9th. Either way, it's his most played, and we go for the last few picks to come through as Aatrox is unlikely. I think it actually is a somewhat playable champion in the current state after the hotfix buffs and everything, but...
He has had 8 Orianna games.
8, thank you.
So far this season. Aha, there's your brand. He's a shout out to you, freak.
All right. So he's going through his champ pool.
Morgana is actually in his top 5 as well, most played. I did not
got a
think
Lulu.
That was, oh, yeah, jeez. Going off on the...
I don't think you Lulu Mifflin has real Maokai, so...
I just jumped straight to the brand and my...
Hey, I got excited too. Don't worry about it. I know how that goes.
All right, so Maokai, one of the tank-to-tank matchups here. Definitely will feel those nerfs, and I'm curious to see how Zig lanes early, as Impact definitely should be set up to push early on the Nautilus. It's very, very easy with the depth charge, or with the AoE at least. Smoothie, what shall he try? Malzahar definitely still open. Some of the healing possibilities here for a Lulu matchup, though, a little bit easier. Karma is still available.
Yeah, we'll see. They're waiting for time to dig down, and
my
Nami...
favorite matchup for
Nami's the pickup.
Lulu.
Stronger laner in Nami, slightly, I think, over Karma as far as laning phase is concerned. A close one regardless, and it's, to clarify, 5 straight games of Orianna now for Jensen.
Yeah.
So he's playing a lot of that. Lots of support now to make this Lucian carry.
As far as the Nami, I like the slightly more offensive chase power that you can add to Lucian to be able to get that on hit slow, speed him up to allow Sneaky to do the dodging that we saw in game number 1. That was the most impressive thing to me that really tipped him over the edge as far as player of the game was. He got hit by almost no skill shots. Yeah, the Terracoin is super easy to dodge as Lucian, but able to keep Arrow on his toes as well and miss most of his missed shots.
Yep, absolutely. So we are getting ready to go into game 2 of this one. Fairly conventional teams on both sides, I would have to imagine. Contracts on his Lee Sin has looked great. Generally speaking, Immedios to the Lease, very much trademark. Final remarks coming in from the coaches, and time for that one potentially last handshake. These teams, I guess, might never meet again this year. There's always a chance they miss each other in playoffs, or I guess for this split, I should say, but it's Cloud9's last regular season match, and wouldn't it be nice to beat a number 3 seed 2-0 heading into your postseason? Cloud9 hoping to turn this one.
Sorry.
Thanks for the song. Phoenix1, of course, still in control of their playoff destiny, though. They can turn this one around and win this match and then beat TSM tomorrow. Phoenix1 will earn a playoff bye, and they've brought in Shady to fill in their third support of the split, playing Lulu. They first picked for him, and we are getting ready to go into the game. Game 2, here we go. Phoenix1 looking for a comeback against Cloud9.
Yeah, as far as bringing in Shady, get him some stage experience here. They are locked in for playoffs, while everybody wants that bye. It's all about your performance, during crunch time when it actually counts in the playoffs. You can very easily move up the standings here, as far as how ridiculously close most of the North American LCS teams have been in comparable power. See if there's any action early game. Maybe we'll get one of the super elusive and rare Raptor invades.
Will they invade for Raptor? Smoothie in his natural habitat in the river, swimming upstream onto land.
How long can he last on land? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're okay. We're okay.
Jesus. All right, well,
Hangs out by his pet dragonfly and some frogs.
on the other side, Media's a lot easier time here. All right, let's see if there's any sort of interesting jungle routing afterwards.
You see that Shady's camping in the brush. They know he's not going to leash for his team, and they're going to play for early lane dominance. C9 sitting in the river.
Jump in. Go. Get your
You can
spell
see
thieves.
Arrow.
Get your spell thief's money.
Yeah, come on, Smoothie. Come on. Unlucky. Uh-oh, Shady. It's going to get 2v1. Run.
All right.
He's fine.
His first appearance in the LCS game. Oh, not quite yet.
What? Oh!
He got him.
Oh, he lost the trade. Oh, no. Bad early mark for Shady. Behind on Smoothie in the
Hashtag
matchup.
Nami. Things.
Just Nami things.
All right. So both jungle starts have been seen here. Contracts on Lee Sin is going to get that quicker clear. Significantly quicker clear, by the way. They also know that he's heading back to the bottom side. Now, Lee Sin is one of those champions that just by playing the champion, you feel encouraged to go for early moves. There's just so many options with the kit that kind of run through your mind as far as where you can go. Let's see if Contracts actually make some of those early moves. Actually going to go for the quick level 3 up of the double buffs here. Not significantly quicker, but definitely going to be on opposite sides. Top lane is pushing in as expected, so Meteos setting himself up for a possible route around, ganking Impact. See if Impact actually puts his ward down and sees him on the blue right here. This is the common push-up. There you go. 250. Gets it down. Sees Meteos take the blue.
Yeah. I know he was killing it in the brush, but I'm pretty sure he did step out and then was revealed out.
All you need to do is see it gone, because they did see him start the Raptors.
You're right. As long as it's gone, they know he went to that side of the jungle, and there was no blue up to be seen. They have that information. Look at the play now, Contract.
Early move.
Almost lands that Q into Ryu. Very close.
Wonder if it's worth going for the ward there. Because he did not go for the ward there, he gets to use his Trinket Ward on the Raptor brush once again, so you get some vision for later. And it's very low chance that you get an actual summon out of Ryu, but you might have been able to get a little bit of health to help out with the lane.
Shady realizing, hey, hold on, he might invade for the side of the jungle. He sees him. Yeah, takes with the jungle camp, levels up to level 3, and now a stun on the Impact means a lot of damage out from Meteos. Repel to even go farther. The anchor toss going to get him to a bit of safety. The dive's not going to turn into much more. That shield's good. Look at the trade back on a Sneaky. A lot of damage right here. And, lane is staying afloat, though it is a minion deficit right now for Arrow.
Contracts, meanwhile, seeing Meteos up top, takes the Scuttle Crab.
How annoying can you be?
That's about it, though. Very. Let's see if he stops it one more time. All right, back to farming, though, it looks like. Meteos experienced lead.
Uh-oh. He's got to run pretty quickly here because Contract's coming
I think
well.
it's super fine here, actually. He does get hooked.
Yeah, but he's going to be all right. Out he goes, repels to a minion, takes a farm for his troubles. You're welcome, Zig. A gank for you. Give me that caster minion.
Yeah, I want to check in on Contracts, see how many of these Krugs are left after. Just a tiny bit of money. Meanwhile, Ryu actually going offensive on Jensen.
Good damage. Jensen's out of mana. He's going to have to take the walk back to lane. And looking at the actual status of the lane itself, Ryu can make this a freeze. He can deny almost a full wave away from Jensen.
Yeah,
how big that wave is.
He already used his teleport, though. So, most likely.
Yeah, it's going to be a delayed push instead.
There. Definitely is something you're going to have to keep in mind as we get later. Jace isn't, by any means a super threatening flanker or anything.
True.
But the extra mobility is something to keep in mind. As far as the teleport Jace. The first thing that comes to your mind when you hear teleport Jace, though, what is it, Freak? To me,
it's Defted. Yeah, the 2015 World Championship. Using it like it was Summoner Heal in a team fight and stunning himself in a climactic 5-on-5. Ryu Storm Raider is going to be pretty fast moving around the map. We'll see if he gets himself the recover ability in team fights. Jensen's going to farm in front of his turret for now. This wave will eventually push back out, though. He's going to get reinforcements first. Quick lane push as Arrow's going to recall for Tyr and a Cole. Sneaking in through the wave out. And a recall on maybe 300 more gold than him. 11 CS and another 30 seconds of farm of just AFK gold generation.
Yeah, another pushing lane here for Sneaky and Smoothie. Nice CS lead for themselves. Arrow has gone full farm build here with the Cole coming in to complement his tier. No fighting, please, for Phoenix1.
Contracts backs down. Through the war the way though. Quick trade on the top side. Always nice that Zig's going to lock him up in front of the minions, which needs a little bit more extra damage. Kind of nice to see.
Pop of the ultimate.
He does pull him for a turret shot, so nicely done by Impact to Q exactly then. Zig running low on mana. Should be potentially recalling soon. Medios wants into the mid lane, and they get us some ward clears right now. And of course, it's no surprise that this bot lane looks a little bit easier for Phoenix1. Range supports tend to lane better. And actually some good damage in the arrow, but meanwhile there's a fight in the top side as Impact getting a bit low. Zig is pretty low on mana, and here comes Contracts, and Zig doesn't have a way out of this one. No chance out. First blood comes through, and now the re-engage in the bot side for Medios. Looks for maybe a stun. Can't find much. Ignite is on. Medios gonna die for this one. Minion aggro, and it's gonna take him down. Smoothie gets the kill thanks to his Ignite, and the minions overstepped by Medios.
So remember when I said P1 please no fight in the bottom side of the map? That's one of the reasons right there you don't want to go to losing lanes. Not only is it a losing lane, but it's a losing lane that's not even purchasing combat power to try and complement. You talk about the minions, it's a huge deal that Sneaky and Smoothie are constantly pushing. All of that damage came through, plus the Ignite not only is it damage, gives you that vision so the minions still get to keep up with you, and Medios with a tragic mistake for Phoenix1. Meanwhile, Contracts on the Lee Sin, set up so nicely by his laner, able to make the play on top side, where I think that Phoenix1 should have been the one area that they actually could have fought around, considering the tiers and stuff they're building.
I don't know if Medios had Repel up at the time. I think he needs to close the gap.
I'm going to go with no, because he's fairly experienced on the champion. I give him credit. Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. You could have repelled minion aggro, but I'm pretty sure it was on cooldown. I just forgot if he had cast it at the start. Either way, bit of a lead. Nice flow, and he's going to force the flash away. Shady takes about 0 damage. Slim margins there, but he gets out.
Yeah. Flash down, though. Bottom lane, very vulnerable here for Phoenix1. And Cloud9, once again, pretty early start here as far as the gold lead they've been able to accumulate. Vision starting to come and creep in here too, as Contracts has preset up wards to go for this blue steel. Very easy blue steel here. Medios on the opposite side could go for a similar move. It's just not quite as safe because they don't have the deep vision. And instead, he will opt to try and solo this Infernal Drake. Phoenix1 could send their bottom lane over. Looks like they will. And I do think that they're getting a very good trade here in this case.
Yeah. Definitely taking Infernal Drake for blue buff any day of the week. Feels pretty good, and Medios going to grab that one no problem. And yes, you can repel to satchel plants.
No.
Yep. You just saw it right there. Calling me a liar, Kobe? Saw it with my own eyes.
Good one, freak.
Thanks, buddy. That was nice. Medios, of course, knowing that mechanic. No surprise, of course, but still good player. Good to see nice moves. Jensen actually takes some damage from that to the skies. It was barely in the AoE.
Yeah, I like that splash range there. You always want to try and use that to clear out the back minions. They do significantly more damage than melee minions now, by the way. It was one of the changes I was pushing for.
You suggested it, yeah.
It's actually not seen a lot of, hasn't been highlighted too much. But it's pretty interesting as well when you're trying to set up side lane pushes. As far as taking out the healthy minion, or taking out the damaging minions, leaving the large health block there to build up those sort of delayed pushes. Yeah, it's just more extreme now than it was in the past. You want to kill ranged ones.
See if these come into fruition later on in this game. Right now, Cloud9 sitting on a 2,000 gold lead at the 10-minute mark, which is quite nice, to be honest. First blood for Contracts, obviously pretty good. You can see a big minion lead for Impact in this top lane, and it might never let go of it. Meteos looks for the play.
Control ward play. Always stick to your control ward.
Yep.
I think Meteos had vision.
Meteos does slink away with this, but he's down a level right now. Contracts can bully him out. It seems Warrior Enchant done is better than the components that Meteos has, so that power pushes the Elise out of that fight. Shockwave's gonna land. Ryu taking a ton of damage, goes in for the play, but he's not gonna survive this. Forces the heal, flashes the ball, actually. Ryu taking the best of that play it could have been. Makes Jensen burn double summoners for the one. Get the health bar low, but here comes Contracts, and he's hoping to make Ryu sign his blood.
Still sticking around to clear the wave. Okay, dodges the ult.
And that saves a lot of health off the turret.
Ryu.
That removes 6 turret shots.
Absolutely confident play here from him. I love it. Goes in for the knockback to gain the distance. Flashes and trades summoners here, gaining an extra in the heal. Plus, sticks around for the cheeky clear on the back wave. Goes fairly unpunished. Still down in CS though. Still, you know, trying to catch up to Jensen. He's feeling the pressure.
Right in, jumps in for the Cutlass slow, and you can see the kind of stuff that Sneaky can do. Power Spike actually works pretty well for a short-range marksman. Root onto arrow won't deny too much, but they're getting a lot of turret damage here. This one is getting very, very low, and you can see how unafraid they are of Meteos ganks right now. They're able to stay in front of this turret and put a lot of attacks in.
Yeah, let's get a vision toggle here on the Cloud9 side. You can see the whole red quadrant is lit up. That certainly affords you a lot of confidence. There still is a small chance Meteos goes for a lane gank when you're going super aggressive, but there's so much mobility in a Nami Lucian lane. Yeah, see there. They did it right after that ward timed out.
Yeah, they did have a couple more in there. And
but they had another one in there on the red side that Cloud9 could concentrate on. And also, this is not a mobility boots Elise, so those types of lane ganks are a lot less threatening.
Yeah. Well, something aggressive right here for Phoenix1, though. Quick sapling and maybe a look at this mid lane dive. Of course, Jensen is summoning the flash of the wall. Suddenly, the entire team is mid lane, and Jensen goes, all right, guess I'm dead. Unlucky for me.
He's going to start warding over his own Raptors from now on. This second game in a row, Meteos, this time Zig as well, comes over the Raptor pit wall.
They both
take them down.
They actually both flashed the wall, so I mean, it's 2 summoners, but the kill comes through. First turret, of course, went to Cloud9 because of their duo lane victories. Some of that may be donated by Meteos, but still nice for them. And meanwhile, pressure in the mid lane, Contracts forced to cut away from Ryu. Keeps the turret afloat.
Meanwhile, they thought they might need to lend some help to Impact being out there, but he's able to walk his way out the river, no problem. Cloud9 still sitting on a decent gold lead, but Phoenix1 and the Infernal Drake. Now, don't underestimate that sneaky dragon take that Meteos was able to pull off. Here's another look at the Jensen hate train. Coming in over the wall. Whoop, #1.
Guys?
This is the new version of the bottom laners complaining about 5 members diving them. Is mid lane, everyone's coming over my Raptor wall.
Yep. I feel like Jensen should have dodged the skill shot. He should have, you know, it's like pink ward the spear. It's just like, no, he just dodged the Maokai route. Come on, buddy. Yeah, unlucky. Well, nice play, of course, by Phoenix1 to get some level of control back, but of course they are still suffering through a 2,500 gold deficit, and the mid turret still has not fallen. Still a lot they need to get done. 30 minion lead in the bot lane. Sneaky and Smoothie once again doing very well with that advantage. We'll see what P1 can lap up here. They try to scale into this game.
20 more kills left on the Cull Freak. That thing will explode.
Oh man, so much money.
Not going to be enough to catch him up to Sneaky though.
No. Sneaky got solo first turret gold. Smoothie did walk away from the local gold range. Smart of him.
Yeah, look at the numbers on that lead actually. Sneaky 1,300 6,000 gold to his name.
Oh, that actually hit Meteos with the tail corner of the kick flash in. Wild Growth buys some time. Maybe he gets away with this one. Smite for HP, and he's going to get out. Nicely played. The best he could have done. Actually doesn't even burn flash for it. It's just a couple of ultis. So
yeah.
2 summoners lost by C9. Blue buff steal. Actually going to come through for Contracts. Very close. But does get it. Ryu could not steal.
Quick moves, but in the end, Lulu. Minos able to get out there. Deep warding, though, still for Cloud9. And that is the correct idea. They're trying to keep up their pressure, playing around their winning bottom lane as well. Contract's double buff ready, even though he used his ultimate and his flash in that last play. Returns for the Gromp.
Elegantly, Ward hops out. Quick whimsy into Glitter lands. The jump over the wall for Arrow. Here comes Ryu as well. Dodges Shock Blast. Here comes Tidal Wave, and the power of the ocean pushes Ryu out. Burns Summoner Heal a bit aggressively. He wasn't close to dying. Don't think he had to use that spell, but he hit it anyway. And C9's continuing to try to push in this top side with their 30 minion lead. Not getting too much damage yet.
Perfect example of why you go for your invades around your strong winning side. Sneaky and Smoothie able to get Contracts out of trouble, even with the roam there from Ryu. Spirit Visage already completed on the Nautilus that you're talking about. And when you got that Elise jungle and your mostly magic damage lane opponent, he's definitely going to feel confident in those matchup. Doesn't have Ninja Tabi, though, for any of the Jace or Ezreal damage. To be fair, the Jace and Ezreal damage taking a lot longer to come in as they both opted for the tiers in their builds. Ryu now finally up to his Ghost Blade, though some lethality might go his way.
But you're right, though, as you illustrate the items and everything else. If this game does slow down for a while, Phoenix1 will catch up on the Ezreal. They will catch up on the Jace, and maybe they can push through on an Impact. Right now, that top lane siege is still the primary focus. You're seeing these junglers still sticking around top side. For reference, all 4 regular camps on the bot right side of the map are still up. The junglers have been spending their time clearing and staying around that focal point of the turret. Looks like now it does finally pan away, and Jensen, you can see the kind of chunks he's taking from Ryu's damage output. No arm guard yet in the inventory, but Jensen probably buys it next.
Yeah, I think on Jensen's return to lane, they are not even waiting for the return to lane because they just saw a bottom lane recall from top side, and there's no way they can make it down in time, so C9 are able to clean up their Drake. Yeah, Mountain Drake definitely will help as they try and transition through this mid game and try and keep up the turret pressure.
Yeah, it's a Phage in for Sneaky going towards that Black Cleaver build. He is big and honestly ahead of the curve, generally speaking. Gold-wise, he is the highest in the game.
That is such a good Maokai killing setup as well. Yeah. Just on your Cleaver plus your Blade of the Wind
armor shred, percent health damage. Like, what else could you want for killing tanks?
Very much. We'll see if they actually transition to that period yet. The teleports have been ready for the top laners, but with nobody going down there for the Drake, might not see any sort of play down here in a while. Should just be minion wave shoving.
Yeah, C9's constantly been matching their 2-on-2 to face against Arrow and Shady with Sneaky and Smoothie, and prevent Arrow from getting to do anything special, anything aggressive at all. Now, there is no bottom outer turret to kill right now for Cloud9. There's not much to play for at this time. So right now it just looks like wave upkeep. First armor item comes in for Impact, going towards either Frozen Heart or an Iceborne Gauntlet off that Glacial Shroud.
Yeah.
I guess it could be the promoting Banner of Command, but that's very unlikely.
Both tanks going light on the armor here. First cloth armor coming in for Zig. The only problem for Zig is that Sneaky is a lot more threatening, and he will be trying to get there to the back line, have to deal with a lot of that output. Let's see though, Cloud9 trying to swing up towards the mid lane on Ryu first.
Ooh, over aggressive by Ryu. Here comes the culling, and actually Shady.
Whoopsie.
Oh, screws it up. A guilty conscience for him. Doesn't ult the right target and walks into the shockwave. 2 for 0 in the mid lane, and unfortunately a pretty bad mistake for the P1 support.
Look at that. Wherever Sneaky goes, and Smoothie, they're able to get a lot of pressure. The mid turret does go down after the kill as well. We still haven't really gotten to evolve top lane tanks with all their crowd control yet, but it's coming.
Oh man.
Oh, it's coming.
Here comes Contracts.
Looks like it's coming to Zig first.
Comes Smoothie. They smell blood in the water. Zig. Here comes Smoothie. Oh, he's going to drop aggro. Going to get over to the Zig. A lot of damage here onto the tank, and he's going to run out of HP. Contracts. Gonna almost head to a turret shot. Not gonna though. Stays alive. Kill goes over to Sneaky. And the engage not yet enough from Ryu to get the kill. Very, very close in that one.
Going for the redive, but reinforcements are on the way.
The snipe's not going to land on anything. Contracts. Quarter second away from dying to that turret, but they get that second tower dive. So 2 for 0, and now Shady's in the wrong part of town. Push the flash over the wall. Jensen out of mana, but does push him away. turret number 3 unanswered. Cloud9 have only given up 1 kill all game.
Yeah, Phoenix1 are going to try and trade for the bottom side, where Arrow's been pushing on this Ezreal during the counter invade here, and he should be able to get that. Much needed gold for them, but Meteos actually finding himself.
Yeah, he kind of face took into the team. Okay, he lands the smite and flashes away. I guess trading flash for a buff steal is maybe worth it. It's close.
If you take into account the extra time of those 4 members of Cloud9 that they spent waiting for your repel to come down and sitting around there, then maybe you can make the argument. We'll see if he gets punished for not having flash in the next 5 minutes.
It's likely.
Here we go, though. This is the dive. It takes a long time on Maokai, but eventually they got it off. Sneaky taking that extra tower hit just because Maokai's so tanky. And actually, I guess his ultimate plus the single cloth armor was enough. Ooh, Contracts just had that nice little last hit there. So close to getting another third shot off there, actually. It was all lined up.
But he makes it out alive. 5,000 gold lead, Cloud9 back to the top lane, and suddenly Ziggs, guys,
Red Revolution!
Where's my team? The armor shred is there, and actually Sneak doesn't want to aggress too hard. Zig's going to be okay for now. Meta's coming in, the root onto Smoothie. They're going to go ahead and look for the support kill. 1 picked up, and here comes Contracts turning around. Zig drops, and Meteos next up. Quick 2 for 1. Knockback on an impact, and there's the ulti onto Arrow. This could be an Ezreal for breakfast. Forced to run. Burns heal and flash to create the distance. Does get away with that one. Sneak takes a shot. Still, all said and done, 2 for 1 advantage C9.
Yeah, also, they do have some work to do clearing out a lot of vision up around here. If they want to really start to have that threat of transitioning towards Baron. A couple control wards are currently down, 3 actually, but not quite healthy enough after that small victory to be able to really threaten it.
Yeah, looks like not too many things grabbed just yet. Phoenix1, of course, a while ago did get their first turret kill as Arrowhead split pushed the bot lane, but still far to go in this game.
Yeah. Big takeaways from that last little skirmish, though. Impact did have to teleport in for it, or maybe had to is not the correct word, but he did. Meanwhile, Zig has his teleport up. That's why they can actually farm the bottom lane wave right now, rather than having to make another rush up there to keep vision around Baron. Teleport is ready to roll. He actually got there almost just in time for all the minions on bottom side, so not the worst thing in the world for Phoenix1, even though they are losing ground here. Cloud9 increasing their lead. Blue on Jensen, and they are very well set up to actually try and bait Phoenix1 into a bad face check here.
See what they can find. Contracts pushing forward and doesn't find anyone to kill just yet, but you're right. The call is to look for some kind of a special bait to keep the ward control, to find the plays around the neutral objectives. Not going for tier 2 turrets just yet. Quick take from the scuttle. Ocean Drake gonna follow.
And I don't think C9 need to commit many members to the actual kill of the Drake.
Yeah.
Sneaky's got plenty of life steal with his Blade of the Rune King. They're actually committing 3 though, which leaves their top wards undefended. And a good call here from Phoenix1 to move in and actually clear out most of that work that C9 laid before they went down to the Drake.
The best play they could have made. And now Cloud9 has 6 minutes till the next break comes up to just get that control back. And with the 5,000 gold lead, with the fact that they are ahead, it won't be too hard to get back into that side of the map. It's a pretty worthy trade. A few wards for a Drake, and especially wards that can be replaced. So looks like it's going to be a pretty quick reset. They've sent Nami back to base. You can see Smoothie on the minimap already running right back towards the Baron pit. No shock there at all. Contracts can do the same. He's already got his own control ward. You can see 3 in the inventories of Cloud9. Very simple. Yep. Guys, Drake is down. Baron's up. We have a lead. Play for the top river.
They literally just want to force a fight here. Cloud9, that is. On favorable terms, because they have more combat power. Let's see if Phoenix1 can pull off some sort of snipe.
And they're going to find Contracts. The trap has been set. It was baited, and they got him down 1 for 0.
So those wards you're talking about, Freak, huh?
Yeah, hey.
How worth it?
Well,
they're very important.
Sure. When you face check the team like that, sure. You got to go as a squad. You got to push it in and go together. Put Impact in front. He's going to try. 5v4. They pull in. Meteos hasn't come just yet, but he's dangerously close to death. The tidal wave takes him out, and Smoothie gets him with that one. The chase continues as Zig's forced to run back. A quick stun to the back line, though. Arrow cannot jump the wall yet. He's not going to withstand the stun duration. Zig is traded. It's 2 for 1 in favor of Cloud. I think you still count the Contracts death.
Sneaky, again, deathless in this game on the Lucian. Very strong performance once again from him as Cloud9 strike back, get some kills for themselves. And importantly, get to reset their wards on the Baron area.
Shady was the one who paused the game. I don't know if he was actually the one who had an issue, but he's the one who entered /pause into chat. So looks like he's the one with the ref in front of him as well. So we'll see what this ends up being when I know you two will on the internet or here in the studio watching. We'll see what it is. Of course, this game is almost out of reach, though, a 6,000 gold deficit in the Baron Bates beginning. The fact that C9 willingly fought a 4v5 speaks to how far ahead they feel like they are.
Yeah, so there's a lot of factors that go into those 4v5s, right? Positioning, vision, cooldowns used, and I really did like that re-engage call, considering the expenses that Phoenix1 did use to kill contracts once they got that very nice pick-off for themselves. Also the fact, as you go to, that they're fairly far ahead at the moment. And actually ready and in position to dish out that damage.
Yeah. Turns out the issue apparently was Shady with his key bindings. And then we are, looks like, ready to go. Ready checks went through. Players are ready. And we are back into the game. And it is one that Cloud9 are pretty close to securing their playoff bye. If they win this game, they end their season 14-4. They cannot finish below second place. They will have that first round playoff bye, and we'll see them in the semis. If Phoenix1 then beats TSM on Sunday, Cloud9 ends the season in first place. They'll win the tiebreaker over TSM via game record and move on as the #1 seed in the postseason. But there's still more league to happen.
Stig has teleport, even though he's dead here. This is risky. I think they just want the cooldown.
Actually, he's gone. They think it's stop him in time. It's too much damage too quickly. The Baron has fallen, and that's going to be another major advantage for Cloud9. No chance to stop off that team fight victory.
All right, the secured vision allows them to just burn right through it. I'm always scared when I see, yeah, the top laner's dead, let's go for it, but they still have teleport possibilities coming up. But Phoenix1 not in a position to be able to face check, and the control wards finally pay off. Cloud9 with this Baron buff, very, very well set up to not only take outer turrets here, but they could seriously threaten these inhibitor turrets if they're able to put impact into the side lane. Teleport is ready for him. Try to push up the lanes at the moment. Smoothly looking for a pick on a Meteos.
Oh, looking for a bit of damage here. The bubble not quite gonna land. Meteos running away, and he's still slowed. He's gonna dodge the rest of the skill shots, but there's the flash ulti. And gonna jump right back down. Nothing else to do. Jensen gets the kill, his second of the game. Yeah, sorry, Meteos, nowhere to go for you.
Yeah, Scuttle Crab on that area, way more important before Baron's been taken. Not so great after Baron's already been taken, and Meteos extending there cost him and his team a kill. Plus, as far as, we talked about being fairly simple for C9 to push up with the Baron before, now they've got all avenues open to them. They shove all 3 lanes at the same time and transition their TPS over to the top turret.
Ball. Not even a problem. Baron buff, and even a red buff on Sneaky helps kill it as well. Mountain Drake for good effort, and that's going to be that dropped off the table. Not even a problem here. It's all about closing it out, ending the season on a strong point here. C9 almost can't lose this game. Mid lane tier 2 under the focus. Going to be grabbed quickly as well. Impact is playing on the bot side, setting up more of the map for them. There's only one tier 2 turret left. It's all about Cloud9 methodically closing this one out. Ending their season 2-0 against a likely playoff opponent. Into the jungle, more camps taken, more ward control as well. Smoothie feels safe to kill this control ward. Bot lane tier 2 is now ready to be attacked. Arrow wants to make a play on a Sneaky. Pretty good damage comes in. That's going to be a bit aggressive. Nice flash by Sneaky. Gets away from To the Skies. The slow will not land if you get away from the landing zone. And
oh, Rhea's gonna find him though!
Re-engages into Rhea. What are you doing, Sneaky? He face checks back in.
Well, it's like, no way they'll keep up the chase here. Guess he wasn't looking. Rhea looking for more kills though.
This is important. 5v4. Maybe the chance to come back is here. Can they make it in? C9 staying grouped up. Stun lands onto the tank. Impact so durable though, and Rio hasn't got a lot of poke just yet. 30 seconds on Sneaky. Can they find the chase through? The team is here. This is the fight that Phoenix1 needs to have a chance in this game and in this series. Have a chance at a playoff bye. Shock Blast, actually a late gate. Means no hit for Ryu there. Doesn't get any damage. Still zoned out by the ball. 5v4 continues. Arrow hooked in by Impact. Quick ulti in. Gonna stay alive thanks to Sneaky. There's the kick to the side as Arrow Arcane shifts away. Stays up for now. Media's gonna get chopped down by Jensen though. as the team is dealing with the front line. Shockwave finds Sneaky in the 4v5. Look, it's going to work right now. A double kill in for Jensen. Ryu gets what he can, but it's not going to be enough damage. The third kill almost comes through. Ryu limping away, but it's Zig who wants to make it happen, and he can't do enough damage. It's all the kills coming through, and it's only Arrow left alive against the entire Cloud9 team. The 4v5 turned into a 4-for-0 for Cloud9.
Can't blame Phoenix1 for going for that fight with Sneaky, the 406 at the time, AD carry off the field. You would think they'd find a way to get to the back there and kill Jensen, but try as they might. They threw everything at him, could not kill Jensen. If you can't take down that DPS member, then you're not going to win, and C9 did a very good job protecting him. And after that fails, that's pretty much it here. C9, easy walk into the base.
Impact vows Knighthood to Sneaky right now to keep him a little bit tankier. Comes in, doesn't do much, the Arcane shift out. Then Inhibitor goes down, 13,000 gold lead, and it's all over but the crying. Cloud9 looking to make this a 2-0, and in the bot lane they go. Meteos forced to run away. Protobelt has pretty much only been used as a retrieve tool. Look right in onto Zig, looks for the tank. Nice little shock clash with Sneaky at half, but they've got sustain. Doesn't mean all that much. Arrow at half, look at the damage output from Jensen. Double inhibitor taken. Top inhib turret is dangerously low. Impact leads the charge, that side of the map. Stun means nothing onto this Nautilus. Cloud9 can choose between a second Mountain Drake or the inhibitor itself. They look for the inhibitor. Shock Blast gonna chunk Smoothie a bit low, but the turret's gone. Gold lead is 15,000. A very large Baron power play in this one, and out they will go. Looks like it's gonna be the reset, the second Mountain Drake, and the series ender. The next 3 steps in here for Cloud9.
Take another look at this 4v5. Smoothie starts it off, does get the tank as well as going all the way to hit their arrow with the knockback. Kite back a little bit longer here. You can see Ryu on the top side is pretty much being zoned out, and C9 zoned him away with that ball from Jensen. He's able to bring it back in time for the fight, but they effectively are able to keep Ryu out for so long and dodge his shock blast that they were effectively able to fight it as a 4v4. Then Jensen still had both summoners for the very end there. And once they finally were able to close onto Jensen, he pops both summoners to barely be able to get back out.
Yeah.
And some nice play there for C9, able to pull out the teamfight victory while outnumbered.
Absolutely, so well played by them, and we'll see what's gonna happen. Yeah, 6,000 damage coming out for Jensen, no surprise here at all. And the fact that Arrow only got 800 when the ball's mostly used to dodge and zone out Ryu was maybe a bit lower number than he wanted. Arrow, who'd typically been so good throughout this year, maybe should be turning up for a little bit more in that specific scenario, but maybe it wouldn't have even mattered. Cloud9 obviously very, very far ahead here, and take their time to close it out. Letting Phoenix1 get some of the farm through the mid and bot lanes, making sure the jungle is cleared. We know Baron's in 30 seconds. They could choose to not fight and instead wait for a Baron bait, but I feel like closing out the game is almost easier by sieging top.
I mean, yeah,
it's a debatable choice.
2 inhibitors down. Want to work with that pressure. They almost just have to stay here and be inside the base.
Yeah, they're gonna
and will eventually get that pressure. Honestly, though, I would want to see the healing done in that last team fight as well. Smoothie, not only Nami's kit, but also the Mikhails and the redemption. A huge part in keeping Jensen afloat there. They should be able to easily get this. Once again, it's a no vision situation. Except this time around, they also have to deal with super minions in their own base.
Yes, they do. So no chance to steal it away. Not even going to happen. Cloud9 make the further risk-averse play of, let's wait 30 seconds. We'll grab the Baron. We'll use that to push in the game. Again, it gives time for scaling, but I think it does heighten their chance of winning. There's no comeback Baron option now. There's no, if you lose the fight, nothing goes away on the base. You guarantee those less available tools to your opponents, and here comes the play. Top inhib gonna fall pretty quickly. Contract's happy to take up a few hits because he knows if he tanks, the inhibitor will go down. Here comes the flank. The attempt for Zig on the backline. Meteos kites back and forth. Contract's a little bit low, down to half. Sapling is there. Anchor finds Meteos though. Big stun comes into Ryu. Look for it, exploding the enemy team. Gonna find Zig in the front line. Shockwave only catches the one, but they will pick off the Maokai's Guardian Angel. Now in towards Shady, another anchor in for Impact, taking away as best he can. He'll stay alive with this one. Redemption, he's going to be fine, and Sneaky gets the first kill credit of the fight, gets the second one as well. Looking for a third is going to be Jensen, and now into the back lines, they've found their opponents. Ryu going to fall off, double-double right now, and it's Contracts to find the fifth. It's all over there for this one. Cloud9 going to make it a 2-0, going to make it 14-4 in the regular season. They will guarantee, as the hat trick comes through for Jensen, a playoff bye for Cloud9, and if Phoenix1 wills it, they'll get the first place seed if TSM falls tomorrow. Congratulations, Cloud9, on a guaranteed top 2 finish in North America for the regular season. Dark Meteos' reign of terror over Sneaky's light side.
He had a couple of highlight moves against Jensen over the Raptor wall. But,
he did.
Yeah, aside from that, C9 with a lot of control here. And once again, their bottom lane. That's where most of it stemmed from. Sneaky and Smoothly throughout this series, constantly getting their advantages, then also transitioning those advantages by roaming around. Jensen had a huge performance in that one fight in the 45 as the main DPS member still alive, and that's all that it took as far as C9 patching up the small cracks that started to show themselves. Phoenix1 coming into this feeling super confident, super hot, and maybe a little bit of the steam taken out off of the hype train there for them heading into the playoffs, but could put it right back on the rails.
See with a wave to the camera. Knows he did good work. It's kind of interesting in that fight where Sneaky got picked off for free by face checking a Ryu for no reason, and then C9 wins the 4-0. He's still the same KDA as Jensen after that. Like it's
their early
still
game,
14-1.
The early game for the bottom lane was so outstanding.
I know.
And they were really able to work off that and transition it nice and smoothly. Smoothly here. So this definitely bodes well for Cloud9 heading into the playoffs. Is exactly what they were looking for.
Totally agree.
Trying to, right the ship basically and head in with a lot of momentum.
Especially because that Dignitas set yesterday did not look very good. It was like, ooh, man, we're at the end of the split here, and none of our top teams look that great. That's kind of scary for North America looking into playoffs and whatnot. I know we talk about parity, but games that look sloppy are always a bit scary. And this was a game where it's like, wow, Sneaky and Smoothie, real freaking good at League of Legends. And the shot calling was, I thought, very solid the rest of the way through the game. So
now we come up with that scenario you were talking about before, where Cloud9, with this victory, they can actually make that push for #1 if TSM do lose to Phoenix1 tomorrow. So a lot still in the cards. We even have movement at the top of the standings still.
Yep, absolutely the case. Of course, this means that Phoenix1 cannot get a playoff bye. And with the earlier loss by Logic Gaming, Phoenix1, I think, are guaranteed 3rd exactly. They can't fall to 4th, and they can't climb to 2nd anymore. So more and more of the spots are lining up. TSM, C9 are going to be 1, 2 in some order. P1 is 3, and the rest of the spots still up for grabs. I don't know how the second stream is going right now, but either way, it's going to be a fun one to watch for. Of course, we're getting set up for our interview pretty soon. I'm looking down. It looks like it's Smoothie over there. So
spoilers!
Spoiler alert! At some point, Zyrene will talk with Smoothie, which will make my toss to the interview really awkward because I'll be saying the same information. And in fact, for a first-hand account, let's hear from Zyrene and the Cloud9 support.
Not awkward.
Thank you.